unfortunately, a drunk Millwall fan who was supporting Pompey on the day. No, he unfortunately he approached me with the way I looked, my hair, my tracksuit, my scarf, everything that was on what I was wearing with Argyle. But no, he unfortunately I got threatened. Hello, and welcome to the League One review of round 10 of 46 in League One. Should be round 9, really, because round 8, of course, got postponed, but it is classed as round 10 of 46. All 24 teams played last weekend. We are joined by Harvey England and Harvey R14, the two Harveys from the Argyle Way, and our special guest tonight, we have got Callum representing Portsmouth, and good thing you're here, actually, Callum, because we unfortunately couldn't quite get a guest for the preview or review for Portsmouth Plymouth, and because obviously this is League One and our teams play, we may as well start with Portsmouth Plymouth at the end of the day. And I was going to ask you first of all, Callum, what were your thoughts then on the game?
Brilliant. I mean, it was a hard-fought game. Let's be honest, both sets of fans knew it would be a 1-1 draw or a 2-2 draw. Sorry, we knew it would be a draw either way, because it always is at Fratton Park. But I think on the day, both teams had their spells and they both deserved to win the game. I mean, I think we come out the better side, considering we got the late goal and we played the majority of the game above you. But when it comes to Plymouth, it's always going to be a tough test, and we're never going to come away with the 3 points at home. So let's just hope on the return leg we can get the 3 points.
Yeah, that would be absolutely awful for our perspective, that's for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. It'd be like Derby's perspective at Pride Park against us all over again. But yeah, no, literally, I'd say the same thing. I will admit, my adrenaline went completely over the top at full time, because I was absolutely gutted with the way it ended for us, because I actually thought we were going to come out with a 2-1 win and we'd be joint top of the league.
Yeah,
with Ipswich, but I would say, considering that second half performance, I think us Argyle fans have every right and reason to look forward to that Ipswich game at home on Sunday. I know from your perspective, you're hoping for a draw. I know you've told me earlier, so yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Of course, Harvey was at. Oh, sorry, yeah, go ahead, Callum.
Like you said, I'd rather see Plymouth go up than Ipswich. So yeah. You know.
Everyone should. What did you two Harveys make of the game? I know you were at Fratton with me, of course, England half.
Yeah, I thought first like 10 of the first half, possibly. We weren't on top, but we was battling just as well as them. But then after our goal got disallowed, it was criminal. I don't want any Pompey fan telling me it was never offside. And then I'll always put my hand up to say that the Pompey goal that got disallowed for being cleared on the line, that should have been a goal as well. But it wouldn't have been a goal if our goal stood. But I think that sort of killed the momentum, and then that led Pompey drive on. We made silly mistakes at the back, which led to their goal. And then Shuey done a hell of a well in the second half to pick the boys up. Because obviously Fratton Park, it's a big place to go go into a second half 1-0 down. It's a big place to go to get 2 goals, and then unfortunately Brendan Galloway losing his head at the end. But yeah, I was impressed with Ennis once again. I think only a matter of time until he deserves a start. The lad can't do much more. But yeah, we move on to Ipswich. If we play like we did in the first half, we're going to see MK Dons all over again. But if we can play like we did in the second half, who knows?
Yeah, and you were saying you were saying that that Ennis should definitely start for Ipswich as well, our 14 half.
Yeah, because it's going to be a matter of time before he makes his start anyways. With Ryan Hardy off form at the moment, it's not usually like him to be off form like this. It's the first time that we've seen him off form like this in a while. I know he would usually score against Portsmouth, but he just seemed so quiet in that game. When Niall Ennis came on, it was not the only player that made a difference, but he got the goal to put us in the lead. So it's all you can ask for, really.
Oh no, definitely, definitely. Who would you say was Argyle's best player during the game on Saturday, Callum?
Probably Ennis in the second half. He just ran at us, and we couldn't contend with him. I mean, the mistake from Sean Raggett to get that own goal, it kind of put us on the back foot. But I think with the attacking force you have, it really did make the difference in that second half. So
Yeah.
I think, probably Ennis was a standout player for me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And that's exactly how I feel with Karoma for your team. I thought the minute he scored that first goal, I thought he had a superb game for the rest of it as it was, especially for his debut starting for Pompey as well.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, for Pompey, I think our best player the whole game was Owen Dale. Just ran the pitch, absolutely ran it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right in that right on that right hand side of the midfield.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
It gave Gillespie a hard time.
He was poor. Gillespie was so poor.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I like to add about Hardy is that the one thing, Jack, I don't know if you might have heard it from where you were sitting. It might have just been in my sort of section, but the one thing I do dislike about this fan base is if a player's off form like Hardy right now, we just somehow forget all the good thing he's done. And I had fans booing him. I had fans telling him he was shit, telling him he should get off.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's not going to support him in any way at all.
I think that's what causes the bad form. That's because social media nowadays, he's obviously he's active on social media.
Oh, it's
he's going to see that's what's going to cause the bad form, and it will drive him out of the club because he would just want to leave. And I just I'd say I just feel about it.
It's not just with us though. It's with every single club in the country now these days. Yeah. It's the pressure on players, whether you're going from the Premier League all the way down to the National League. It's huge on all of them, no matter what club you're at, regardless. And no, I was on a different end, so I didn't hear the boos towards Hardy. So I'm shell shocked with that with some of our fans. That's kind of not to swear or anything. That's kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, the thing is though with social media these days though, football Twitter is one of the most toxic places to be around, and I think everyone can agree with me on that. I've been around football Twitter before, and it's horrendous. But Ryan Hardy being booed and being told to get off is just wrong, if I'm truly honest.
It's a load of rubbish.
It's a load of bollocks.
No fan should ever tell a pet no fan. If a fan's pay money to go watch a game, they'd never have the right to boo a player and tell them to get off the pitch, because at the end of the day, I see it as, mate, he's younger than you. He's clearly aspired his dreams more progressively better than you. So you do not have the right to tell him to get off, and you do not have the right to boo him.
Exactly.
It's proper thing that bugs with me.
I'm 23 years old, and I know I'm never going to ever be a football player. So there you go.
Yeah.
So it just all sums that up, really. But I'm not going to lie. I thought our most improved player in that game against Pompey, I'm going to be honest, I thought was Longwick after his Oxford performance. We had another banging game against Portsmouth.
I think it's ever since I said that I didn't really rate him, he's just decided to show up. ever since I said, I was like, I prefer Wilson in, I prefer Gillespie in. The 2 games since Oxford, he didn't put a foot wrong. Pompey, he was solid. So I'm quite happy with him now. I'm quite happy. I retract from what I said.
He's trying to prove you wrong.
He's proved me wrong. I put my hands up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you'd say the same thing as well, wouldn't you? R14 half.
Yes, exactly.
Oh no, without a shadow of a doubt.
Because I did question. I think it was a couple of videos ago about his passing. I questioned about his passing. I was like, if you're not going to pull off a simple 5 or 10 yard pass, then I don't know how you're going to get into this team with James Wilson, who's been our main player last year, and then Gillespie as well. But Longwick the past couple of weeks, he's probably been listening to us and all right, I need to focus on my bloody fucking passing. And since then, he's just been pinging balls for fun, really. And you wouldn't imagine it, Wouldn't
I have to
imagine.
say, your long ball on Saturday, that was the most threatening aspect from you. Like, that's the only time I feared that our defence couldn't handle it. And it just goes to show we couldn't, because you got through and put it past the keeper.
Mm-hmm.
So, long ball game, you've got it down to a T at the moment.
Yeah.
That's another thing I worry about with his club, though. Well, not with his club, with his team at the moment, is that James Wilson needs to be in this team. Personally,
I agree.
I'm not slating any of the back three, but when we're talking about the perfect back line, a back line that's not going to put a foot wrong, James Wilson's got to be in there, and I think it's not playing him going to cause him to, like what would happen with Hardy, like what happened with Pan. Like, you know, it will force him out because he's not getting the game time he wants, and then another team will snatch him up.
He's on. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Half.
Yeah, we got you know, balance the team out a bit more and get players that need to be playing more game time. I believe.
You never know. He might start on Sunday, considering Galloway got sent off and Gillespie had a poor game, or not the best game.
But what we could ask is if Wilson started over Gillespie, would we have ever had that red card? Because Gillespie got dragged. The long balls he was doing was just going out of play. Wilson, we know for a fact his passing is top tier for a centre half. He wouldn't have got dragged. James Wilson's an experienced centre half. He would have kept his head. Would we have conceded a second? That's what you got to ask yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts on the game, Liam? Now that you've joined us, also hello below.
Yeah.
Like I said yesterday in the review, I just feel, like I said in the review, I said either it's A, 2 points dropped, or B, we look at the other way, as in the point gained. And I just feel I'm still mixed emotions, to be honest, because either a point gained or 2 points dropped, because conceding late is annoying for the second season in a row. Don't care how long it's been. But yeah, to be fair, I think we performed much better in the second half than the first half, because Pompey played very well in the first half. Their first goal was brilliant. Can't deny that.
Oh no, can't deny that at all.
No, can't deny that. I mean, to be honest, Joe Edwards could have done better to not let that happen. To not let that happen, and I don't think Cooper was never getting near that anyway. To be fair, so
it's been harsh to blame that on Cooper.
Yeah, a lot of our fans was blaming on Cooper, and I'm like, no, you can't.
Harsh.
Yeah.
When
I think sometimes.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I think sometimes you just got to accept the fact that he just hit it well, and there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just got to sit back and be like, yeah, fair play.
And then there'll be fans that will say, if he was a little taller, we would have got that. No, don't start with the height situation. I get bored of the people that just moan about height. Pisses me off.
He's 6'3". He's at a build where it's perfect for a goalkeeper.
I could probably be 6'9", and I probably still wouldn't fucking get that. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I know Callum will probably disagree with this next question, but I was going to say when Galloway got sent off, obviously he was involved in a fight with Morrison. Morrison got a yellow at the end of the day. Do you think Morrison deserved more? Because of course he was involved with Galloway on it as well.
Not at all. I mean, he was on the yellow anyway for time wasting. So I mean, in retrospect, it was both a yellow. It's just unfortunately he already had that yellow, but he should have known that being a professional footballer. You know, keep your head.
He's an experienced centre half. He knows the game, and you know, to be fair, at first I didn't even realise he got a first yellow, but when I look back and I was like, oh, it was 2 yellows. The other player's got a yellow. That's fair game. That's fair game.
I look at that now and I see the same. I agree the same thing.
I've got to be honest,
Yeah.
though, you know,
If Galloway didn't get sent off, we defend that. I reckon.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know. The ball in was pretty much
Yeah, but
perfect.
No, but
Yeah.
we would have had that spare man to cover the shot.
It's not just
But
that;
then-
it's the mental heads of the players as well.
Yeah, it's like what I said as well previous, Liam, before you come on. Like I said as well, leading up to that goal, you could argue that the throw-in was a foul throw. Ennis got fouled edge of the box when trying to close him down. There's so many little things, whereas like, if that was a Premier League game, that goal probably would have been disallowed for one of
That's
them
the
two.
thing. The officiating in this league is.
You
next
can
to-
say that.
next to
The
terrible.
thing is, you can say that for Pompey's goal as well. Their first goal. If that was VAR, that would be in.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But then the same goes with the Argyle's first one.
See, I
Yeah.
sat right next to the away fans, and I was in line with it all, and he was not offside. Never.
Yeah.
No.
And
Yeah.
that was like I was
That's-
dead on in line.
Because I was, yeah, yeah. And then if you look at it like that, if that goal stands, Argyle's got the momentum to be able to hold off Pompey for
Yeah.
a good few minutes, which would have stopped them from having an opportunity to score the goal.
But like you
which
said,
we might have been able-
that goal's been saved.
Like, so look what happened when we scored our second within 5 minutes. We was already through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, their first proper one, the one that was actually allowed, it's just a finish and a half. To be fair, that should get goal of the week. To be honest,
This is
no, I
exactly
don't
what
think
I
no
was,
other person in the EFL hitting a strike as good as that.
and this is exactly what I was saying to Liam after full time. I was saying if those 2 goals went in, 2 goals counted, then the game would have been more mental than it already was because goal wise, obviously, if they went in, the game would have ended 3-3. But however, those goals obviously could have had a different significance in towards the game for either side at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can understand why now. We got the point, and like I've said already, I'd happily rather take a point at Fratton Park than if this was at Home Park, without a shadow of a doubt. And at the end of the day, both of our sides benefited because Ipswich didn't win their game against Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough. Game ended 2 apiece. And what were your thoughts on that game then, guys?
Was one of their goals
nice.
offside?
Yeah, of course it was.
That's the
Of course
first
it
thing
was.
I've got to ask.
Of course it was. Of course it is
Yeah.
also.
He was miles offside.
Yeah, I thought the Ipswich goalkeeper actually had a bit of a stinker of a start. Wednesday nearly took the lead, but then minute after that happened, Ipswich's attack pressed on, and that gave him the 2-0 lead at the start. But then Wednesday fought back immensely.
Yeah.
Even I can't see that well, but even I can see that.
I could take my glasses off and I could still make out it's offside.
But
no,
it
without a
goes
shadow of a
back to
doubt.
that again. It goes back to the fact that the officiating in this league is horrible. It's awful.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Next level disappointment in it.
But then we could switch topic and we could go with it'd be better if we had VAR. But then
No.
VAR doesn't
Because then if we
Mendy and then the Odegaard situation against United.
Yeah.
Because then if
Really rather have that?
No, because if we have VAR, you can't really celebrate goals.
Yeah, you can't celebrate goals.
Yeah,
It'll
Where
kill
would
the
be the
league.
limbs?
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
will kill the
that
limbs.
flare from you when that disallowed goal went in was a bit embarrassing, wasn't it?
I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. I was so disappointed as well because you just knew that one, like when Ennis scored, that flare would have been set up so lovely.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been so beautiful. Oh, because I was looking over, I was recording it. I was looking over, I was just waiting, and no one threw, and I was like, bastards used it on the disallowed goal. I was like, oh no, he's done it on.
Oh no.
Yeah. If he got kicked out for it, that'd make it even worse. If he got kicked out for it, that's hand in shame moment. That's one of them he's got to walk off, hood up.
Never go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
I always thought Ipswich's defence were very shaky at times against Sheffield Wednesday as well. So that also gives me more confidence coming into Sunday without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
And honestly, and we've got Sheffield Wednesday in a few weeks' time at home as well. So that's also gonna be really interesting. It was a tight game. Wednesday had 53% possession to Ipswich's 47, 10 shots to Ipswich's 11, 2 shots on target to Ipswich's 4. So like our game really was very tight. I
I'm gonna say with this draw as well, I don't know if I have to check on Ipswich's games, but it's better to play them now after them drawing 2-2 after they were up 2-0 up and then they bottled the 2-0 lead. I'd say it's better to play them after that.
And they're away as well.
They've got no momentum. They've got no momentum.
Yeah.
And they face one of the longest trips in the league on Sunday, so that's even more of an advantage towards ours perspective.
Well, to be fair, the players will probably come down on on the Saturday morning.
They could
probably spend the night. They'll spend the night. That's most probably. But still, it's that point of that. Argyle on their day, Callum, you've got to be able to agree with this to an extent. But Argyle on their day, they could beat anyone in this league.
Yeah, of course they can.
Of course they can. Yeah.
They proved it last year.
For Pompey, for Callum.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So it is down to Argyle to get 3 points on Saturday.
I'd like to see them get
down
3
to
points,
Argyle.
but I'd prefer a draw.
I think Argyle could do it. I think if Argyle, they make a few little changes in the side. I like that we played 3-5-2. I was happy with that. I like the 2 up front. I'd like to see that, but I'd like to see Ennis and Whittaker starting for that. Mayer. Having Mayer missing is always a major blow for us.
Do you think he'll be back though for Ipswich on Sunday?
I don't think so.
Did you see the comment?
No, I don't think he'll be back. I don't think he'll be back.
Review today.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But
I didn't see that. No.
About Danny Mayer, I think he might. What did he say, Liam, about missing the game?
It's about family issues at home. He had to get out.
And that was during Oxford when he came off, and then obviously he didn't play at all against Pompey. So no, I wasn't sure if he because of those 2 games there, even though obviously he came off in the second half against Oxford, I thought maybe he might come back for Ipswich, but I don't know.
I think when it comes down to family, you can never rush a player back into.
Oh no, that's very
you can't. You can't.
Like family always
comes
first. And for him, it's a long commitment for him to be down in the southwest and his family up north. So for that, we just got to struggle on without him. And with no Mayer, no Galloway, we need players to put in a shift on Saturday.
Yeah,
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
And with the bench as well, I think you could see that with Brendan Galloway gone and Danny Mayer gone. Do you think there'll be room for youngsters to push in on the bench?
100%. 100%.
Like Will Jenkins Davies would probably be waiting for his first appearance.
I know that Adam Randall, the only reason he got dropped is because he's 1 yellow card away for some suspension, and that Huey wanted to save him for this game on Saturday.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
So, Randall back in the team. Randall's got so much fight and desire. Like you can tell he's like a homegrown talent. He fights for the badge. He fights for the badge, and we need 11 players like that every week if we want to go up.
And he's here to stay.
Yeah.
Definitely. Next we had Bolton 1, Peterborough 0. We had it was a Folian's deflected goal 4 minutes from time that got the Trotters the win. Of course, this is who you were meant to be playing against this weekend, Callum. But of course, it's been postponed now. But if it went ahead, do you think would have you been also really confident going into the Bolton game?
I think I mean, we're on that unbeaten run, so I just feel like Bolton, they're not there this season, are they? They're not up and about it, and it goes same for Peterborough. Like we managed to turn over Peterborough in the end, so I think against Bolton, they've lost a couple of their good players as well. So I just think it was that right back they had, the American one. Yeah, the one Fogden loves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but since
Oh, I can't
they've
remember
lost a
his
good
name.
few players, they're not at it, are they? And I mean, Peterborough aren't a tough side to beat this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they've had
No.
another disappointing away defeat. But at the same time, of course, this will give Pompey a game in hand as well as Bolton, of course. So,
Yeah.
would you rather take the game in hand, or would you rather play on Saturday?
I'd rather take the game in hand, if I'm honest. It gives us an extra boost at the end of the season when it counts. You know, if we need them extra points, we've got that game to get them in.
But I was going to say that having a game in hand for any team that's fighting towards promotion or winning the league is such a, it's such like a little cheat code, because you have that extra motivation to get that game done.
Yeah.
To be fair, Pompey's had last season. I think Pompey had quite a couple of games in hand, and they bottled it. One of them.
I mean, our whole last season was all loan players, so.
They got the 3-2 win over Wigan, though, and I was there as a neutral. They dominated Wigan the whole game, I thought.
Oh, was it is it Marlon Fossey?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There we
it
go.
is. Marlon Fossey, yeah, he's back at Fulham.
Lovely hair.
I thought he was brilliant, but since he's gone, they've just a changed team.
Yeah.
But they have caught up in the league, though. They are they're fifth in the table, 5 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats. They're now level on points with Sheffield Wednesday in 4th. But yeah, it depends if and this is where Bolton do remind me of Ipswich from the last few seasons, because the way Bolton's season was summed up last season was they had a chronic start, and then second half they completely picked up the pieces, and
Same as us. You know.
yeah, no, same as Portsmouth, yeah, and same as Ipswich. But no, yeah, that would have been a tough game regardless for the pair of them. But for both Portsmouth and Bolton, if it went ahead. But I think from the way I saw both of those teams, I think Pompey would have been the favourites 100% going into the game on Saturday.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So yeah, no. As for Peterborough, though, I don't know what is happening with them. They're one of the favourites. They're now that's their 5th defeat of the season. 4 wins, 0 draws, 5 defeats, 2 inconsistent, 4 games in a row where they've lost. What is happening to Grant McCann and co?
Do you know what I say? It's the Argyle effect.
Yeah.
It could be
That was our
Portsmouth
best
effect.
home performance of the season so far, I thought.
We've affected them very hard that they just dropped in form.
Appreciate that.
Well, they did beat Sheffield Wednesday straight afterwards. And then after that, I don't know what to say about them. I really thought at this stage they would be up there near that top 6.
You can't go from beating a team like Wednesday and then losing at home to Fleetwood. You know.
Yeah, I couldn't believe
it's
that
terrible.
either.
It doesn't make sense. There's
I
something
said-
going on there, and
Yeah. No,
It's
I
got
said
to
to
6 losses on the trot in all competitions. I don't know what else you could say about that. It's ridiculous.
and
there's
now
something
Fleetwood
going
are
on
level on
behind the
points
scenes.
with them.
I don't know. It's just
Who
ridiculous.
have they got this weekend?
Peterborough this weekend.
Did he get called off?
No, they're at home against Port Vale on Saturday.
They don't win that. They're shocking.
Odds on them to lose. Let me get my phone out and get it ready.
I'll put my house on it.
Oh yes.
Yeah, no, I'm shell shocked. They're pretty much mid-table at the moment. With Grant McCann, I've really thought Grant McCann was going to once again completely be up there, and he's done it before in the league as well.
Yeah.
It's the same as Wednesday though. Wednesday surprised me that they're not up and about it.
Yeah, and they've got Darren Moore as manager, of course, who was obviously at West Brom in the Premier League.
Ex
Yeah.
Pompey.
Yeah.
But it's surprising that teams like that are just not. They're off the pace compared to us.
I can just
Yeah.
say it's our year.
I hope that's not a jinx, Harv.
No, it's not a jinx
Does
at
that
all.
mean
To be
if
fair,
both-
like I said already, if we finish
I'm from the
second, I'll be
future.
delighted with that regardless. So because that's
Yeah.
promotion no matter what.
I can smell it. I can
Someone,
smell it.
the EFL just allows on the last game of the season for Grimsby Town to come back in League One just so they can bloody
Yeah.
haunt us again and chant play up Pompey at full time like they did in 2017.
But like, who did? Speaking of Peterborough, who did they sign? Who did they
Players.
sign? Yeah, no shit. No shit.
And of
But
course,
like,
they've got Bergstrom in as their goalkeeper.
I thought that was a Swedish fish.
Swedish fish.
Oh no, that's
That just
Surström.
reminds me of Zlatan.
He is
There
Finnish.
was a player called Bergstrom who used to play for Arsenal, innit? CDM.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, no, he's
That's
a
right.
Finnish goalkeeper, Bergstrom.
Yeah. But they signed Ben Thompson from Gillingham.
Ben Thompson's alright, to be fair. No, I'll rate him as a player, to be fair. He's a decent little player.
We had him on loan for half a season. He went back to Millwall, and then ever since, all the Pompey wetbags have just been crying to get him back. It's just he's not the player he used to be, and we saw that when we played against him.
Join the Argyle club. We have got lists and lists and lists of Argyle loanies that we should have bought.
Oh yeah. I
Ryan,
Sessignon won without a shadow of a doubt.
what is Ryan Broom doing at Cheltenham? How is it?
Sessignon's at Charlton.
But I was going to say,
that's crazy.
You don't fancy taking Ronan Curtis off our hands, do you?
Nah, I don't think he likes Plymouth.
I forgot to say also.
Like him.
I forgot to say also. I was actually a bit surprised Ronan Curtis was on the bench actually before the game.
He's not the player he used to be. He's got that ego that he's better than he is. He knows he's a good player, but on his day, unplayable. But at the moment, he's just too much ego, not enough passion.
And I do hate those type of players.
He had one good season. I've
type of
got to admit, probably the best player I've seen in a Pompey shirt, and that season. And after that, he got that ego trip and thought he was better than everyone else on the pitch. So it just goes to show it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh no, for definite. But yeah, no. Things aren't looking best for Peterborough at the moment. Yeah, like Liam was saying, no, they should really beat Port Vale. But if they don't, there'll be pressure if they don't.
There'll be big pressure on the manager as well.
Especially for a manager that's done it before already in this division without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, so we also had next we had Oxford 1, MK Dons 2, and I will be honest. I thought despite MK Dons' very good win, I thought Oxford were very unlucky, but they were very unclinical and wasted so many chances at the same time.
That chance where they hit the crossbar twice in quick succession.
I could not believe that.
You can't write that.
Oh, mate. If you're not going to score that, then it's just not.
That's the type of stuff you'd only see in League One and 2.
Yeah,
literally you'd never see that in any other higher league.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I think either way, I don't think that's that won't please the Oxford fans one bit, especially when obviously I know I've said this before on the channel. I looked at Jack, the Young Fan Podcast's story after our game, fun enough, said if Carl Robinson doesn't deliver against MK Dons at home, then there's going to start to be pressure on him. They lost 2-1, and I think knowing fans these days, I think there will be, but I don't think they should pressure on him. Yeah, it's a bit like when we lost 5-1 to Charlton. There were people saying Stephen Schumacher out, and I was like, no, it's the game of the season. He's the best manager for us at the moment.
You just got to trust the process.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
we're doing that with Danny Cowley, and it's working.
Huddersfield can piss off if they want him. That's all I'm saying.
They won't get him anyway.
Yeah, they won't.
What did I say about trusting the process? What did I say about trusting the process? Exeter Burton. What did I say?
Exactly. Yeah, no, you did say that.
I backed you with it. Yeah.
I was 50-50. I went a 2-2 draw, but yeah, no. Mousinho got the late consolidation goal there for Oxford, but 19 shots to MK Dons' 6, 5 shots on target to MK Dons' 4. Either way, it's a disappointing result for Robinson without a shadow of a doubt.
The worst part is MK Dons.
Yeah, they've had a poor start.
They've had a poor start,
especially when you lose players like Darling and Twine.
Yeah,
and it's just them in general. Just can't stand them.
You know what, Callum?
There's
I
a reason
completely
for that.
agree with you on that. I completely agree.
They battered us 5-0 last year, and that's the only reason why I hate them.
Oh,
Got Twine scoring 4. I've got something personal against that kid.
He left us with scars after last season.
Yeah.
I was actually
Literally.
I was in Hampshire at the time when the game was broadcast on Sky, and the minute I watched it, I was really confident. I thought, right, boys, we'll be fine, and then they just battered us. I thought it had to be us, didn't it? It had to be us that missed out.
Yeah.
It's like I said, the worst highlight of last season for me was probably losing 2-1 at home to MK Dons, and that wasn't a game that really mattered. But it was just losing to them. It was the worst possible thing.
Yeah.
I just like their fans.
Yeah, well, that's why I can't stand them. They're not even a real city, you know.
Yeah.
I can't believe they've been announced as a city. That's mental.
Wait, are they actually? I've never.
They've actually been announced because of the Jubilee this year. Then some towns in across the country got announced as cities, and Milton Keynes was one of them.
Makes no sense.
So the only thing is about MK Dons that pisses me off, and I think Liam can agree with this as well. They were established in fucking 2004, man. Just piss off.
Yeah.
Last year I was born. That's so bad.
Yeah. 1 year before I was born. No.
Wow.
I feel old now.
They're the Leipzig of England.
Leipzig.
Yeah, they literally are.
Leipzig.
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
That is bad.
Oh yeah, of course they were, and they were formed in 2004 as well. So yeah, no, that is true. Yeah, and we play MK Dons away next month as well. So we better destroy them.
You'll take more fans than the home fans, so.
Oh yeah, we will.
Oh,
of course
yeah,
we
we
will.
will.
They never fill up their
Yeah.
stadium ever. They never fill it up.
No, it's practically a home game. Don't worry.
Yeah. And then we'll still
Outsing the
come
home
out.
fans.
We'll still come out of a shitty like 1-1 draw or something like that because Argyle in it. It's Argyle.
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
Argyle
God,
Way.
yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
this channel is called the Argyle Way.
Yeah.
It'll be Forest Green all over again. It'll just be us out singing the whole match.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Literally.
Oh,
What's the next match?
Now that Harv's mentioned it, we may as well get on to it. Exeter 0, Burton 2. What a result for us!
Trust
then.
the process. Trust the process.
What did I say? Everyone doubted me. Who's laughing now?
You wait till you play.
I think Liam. I
Yeah.
think Liam's the only one that's not laughing at the moment.
I said a draw. What did you say?
Liam, use an Exeter fan, mate.
Oh, you did say it.
During that
Yeah, no.
little period. No little period. Use a scum fan.
Stinker of a prediction. For
That
Liam,
was a
unfortunately.
stinker.
But I obviously, considering the absolute shocking start Burton has had to this season, considering Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank resigning as well, I would say without a shadow of a doubt, in fact, it's an easy thing to say actually, by far their best performance of the season, by far.
Mm-hmm.
And you know
Is
what?
that coming from a Plymouth fan's perspective?
I could be saying that, but like it is their first win at the end of the
It's
day.
their
So
first
I think
win, yeah.
anything that's their first win, it's gonna surely, without a doubt, be their best result of the season so far. But to be honest, I saw it. And I haven't spoken to you. I might have spoken to you about this already, actually, Callum, on Saturday before the game. But I saw some sparks only a little sparks into that Burton team against you guys at the Pirelli Stadium when they had that equalising goal that got ruled out offside. And after when I watched Burton Portsmouth, I was like, they could give Exeter a hard time. You know, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
So I went for a draw just in case because I thought Exeter might bounce back. What was their last game before that? They had a defeat before that. They lost to Shrewsbury, so I thought they might bounce back. But no, Burton really turned on the screw on Saturday.
Like you said, they gave us a really good game. But then again, Burton have always been a bogey team for us. You know, whenever we play up there at the Pirelli Stadium, we never come away with a win. It's mostly a draw or a loss. So, you know, they gave us a good game, and it goes to show that they're changing things around. So.
Yeah, it won't be easy for us either. We drew 0-0 with them last season at the Pirelli Stadium. We've got Burton in November.
So it's like us with Fleetwood, really, isn't it? Every single
every
time,
time.
our one goes Fleetwood, 2-1 Fleetwood,
3-2
2-1
draw
or
last
3-2.
season. Lost
If it's
2-1
any
to
of us
this
other
season.
than that, then yeah, it's so bad.
But yeah, it may have been if it may be from a different perspective if you were an Exeter fan, because they did have 54% possession, 15 shots, 2 shots on target, but the shots on target, nothing compared to what Burton had, because Burton had 17 attempts. They had 5 shots on target. They may have had less possession on 46, but no, from what I saw, 100% obviously by far best result of the season. And
like I said on the preview, I said that Exeter would play more of an attacking way, and then Burton Albion would play. They wouldn't mind losing possession, but they would rather play on a counter-attacking way.
Yeah,
and it paid the price for Exeter for playing a little bit higher against a team like that.
To be fair, I'm kind of glad Burton got their first win now, because if they didn't get any wins up to playing up until they play us, we're quite good of giving teams their first win. We're quite good at that.
Yeah.
No word of a lie, we're quite good at that.
Didn't you know that was in our trophy cabinet? We got an award for giving the most teams their first win.
Oh man! Of course it's us, isn't it? Of course it's us.
Still more trophies than
I
Southampton.
saw it at home park.
Yeah.
Oh no, but we would outsing Southampton regardless anyway. And the last time we played Southampton at St Mary's, we won as well. So, and that was in our relegation season to League Two while they got bloody promoted to the Championship. I've already said this to Callum as well. I said if Pompey and Plymouth go up and Bournemouth and Southampton go down, that'd be one cracking Championship season next season.
Just to say, we're on the magic number 69 subs.
Get in.
The magic number.
One more, and then we've reached another milestone.
Yeah.
How was the journey back after the draw anyway?
It was. I edited my video and then went to sleep. Right.
I don't blame you.
Yesterday, well, I'd say the journey back was better than the journey ahead that I had on Friday from Plymouth to Southampton, because my trains were stupid for the whole day, and then at Bournemouth I was stuck for a good hour because loads of people were getting on to get to Waterloo, and there was a broken down train at Brockenhurst when I was in Poole, so it was hell up, absolute hell up. And then yesterday between Salisbury and Exeter, I was on the slowest train I've ever been on. It stopped 3 times in 3 places that had less of a population than 5,000 for about half an hour each. I'm like, what? Oh, it was stupid, honestly.
Less of a population than Forest Green.
Exactly. No, we had Derby 2, Wycombe 1. I got this totally wrong. Derby bounced back superbly, I thought, in that game.
Yeah.
No wonder Wycombe were playing with the worst away kit in the whole league this season, so I wasn't surprised at the end of the day either.
Who got this right?
No one.
No, I got it right. I was the only one.
Did you?
Yeah, I got it right. I put 2-1 Derby.
I wasn't expecting Derby to win. You know, they're not on form. So
no, they're not.
Yeah.
That's why I had Wycombe to win 2-1, and I got it totally wrong.
Yeah.
Because eventually Derby were going to end up going back to their usual ways of winning games that you would expect them to win. But against Wycombe, who's been, I'd say, on and off, they've been winning their games, but then we're losing their games that you wouldn't expect.
Derby, I thought, dominated the game. Conor Hourihane, one of our former players, bagged in 2 goals. I thought he had a fantastic performance. But I just thought the whole team, despite Mehmeti's goal that gave the Chair boys the lead, I just thought the way Derby played in that game, I thought they bounced back with complete style. 70% possession to Wycombe's 30, 26 shots to Wycombe's 12, and 12 shots on target to Wycombe's 5. So what more could you ask for Liam Rosenia's side?
Yeah. I'm honestly going to say this about Wycombe as well. Do you think that Mehmeti will probably be like the Scott Twine of MK Dons?
No.
Not like how important he'll be for the team.
Yeah, I mean, on that basis, the importance of the team, then yeah, I think he will. But I don't know.
But not like form-wise.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's a hard one. It's a hard one. But
yeah,
I
because
see
he's
what you're
still
getting
only
at.
young as well.
Yeah.
Oh no, without a shadow of a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that's put Wickham now 16th in the table. Exactly
16?
right. I know
16?
exactly level on points with Exeter, right next to Exeter in the table. The two sides that most Plymouth fans will say they cannot stand.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, lovely.
so
They're
that's more good
3
news
points
for us,
from-
I suppose.
They're 3 points
If
from the
there-
relegation.
if there's
They're
if
3
there's
points
a
from the
single
relegation.
Argyle fan that says they don't hate Exeter or Wickham, then I'm sorry, they're not Argyle fans.
Yeah.
Like, common knowledge is written in the Bible.
It is.
It's written in black and white.
Those who support Exeter and Wickham are not very nice people.
But
Yeah.
that's like saying, Plymouth fans and Pompey fans shouldn't like each other.
Yeah.
No,
They should hate each other.
I'll tell you, Callum. When I walked out of the stadium, there was like some Pompey lads that come up to me that were sound. There was like speaking about the game.
Same with me.
Yeah, oh look, me and you walked out together, Jack, innit?
We did, yeah, but I at full time. Yeah, I came to see you guys. No, I came to see you full time. I don't think I told you guys this actually yet, but unfortunately this was after you left to get back on the coach half. Unfortunately, afterwards I had a on the city on the way down because I went to the seafront afterwards to just go on a walk and before I let Fratton Station calm down and get the train around 7 o'clock to get back to Southampton Central and go on a night out with everyone. But literally no, before all that, and this was after you left, Harv. No, unfortunately a drunk Millwall fan who was supporting Pompey on the day. No, he unfortunately he approached me with the way I looked, my hair, my tracksuit, my scarf, everything that was on what I was wearing with Argyle. But no, he unfortunately I got threatened. But there you go. That's some stupid fans for you.
He's not one of us.
Yeah.
Oh no, to be fair, a Pompey fan.
You get that small minority. It's like a few like Pompey fans, like younger than me, was giving it large when me and my dad was on the corner. It was like, "Go on, you Plymouth scum." Then a Pompey, two Pompey fans, a woman and a man, walked past. It was, "Oh, they're not part of us, so they're not Pompey fans."
Yeah,
and it's like you sort of step
again,
back
every
and
club
like,
has this.
Just twats.
Yeah,
they genuinely are just twats.
Yeah.
But this is
I'm
I'm
not one to say Argyle's got it bad because I know most of the lads that do it from Argyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely no. They I got threatened unfortunately, so that wasn't fun. But thankfully, no. A Pompey fan literally went up to me straight away, just asking if I was all right, and then we looked after for a bit. He was an absolute sound guy, absolute legend, and no, we just spoke about the game then pretty much. But also at full time when I was filming the end of the match, this is this is before I met up with you again, Harv, at full time. I was filming myself with my reaction, and an old Pompey fan went up to me and in my vlog out of nowhere, and he just said, "Oh no, good game, you'll be up there this season." I said, "No, I can hope."
Good game.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I really enjoyed because at full time when I was walking out and I was so pissed off, I thought, right, what's this? I'm going to get so much stick from Pompey fans right now. What's this happen? But no, some went up to me and they were honestly they were sound people without a shadow of a doubt. But I was expecting this anyway because I have got friends that before these games and etc. that I knew already that are Portsmouth supporters. So
that's the same thing. I was walking past the Milton and the away end on my way out when everyone was coming out, and there was a few lads at the top just shouting everything at Pompey fans. And one of our slots turned around and went, "If you weren't behind the fence, you wouldn't be saying anything." It's
true.
He went, "If you weren't behind that fence, you wouldn't say it down here, would you?" And they just shut up and turned around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it made me laugh. But like you said, there's a select few people that just don't. They're not there for the football, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, definitely. The other thing I was going to bring up about Wickham, regardless, is that no, of course, first of all, obviously, yeah, really poor performance I thought from Ainsworth's side against Derby. But this is what a few Argyle fans were saying to me when I was at the Valley in the awful 5-1 defeat. I was telling them that that Exeter were and Wickham had each other at St James's Park. And all of them just said to me straight away, "You cannot think of a worse fixture than that, can you?" I was like, "No, it's horrible, isn't it?"
Yeah.
There are some boring games in this league. Let's be real.
I haven't obviously I didn't see it online or something, but I bet I wouldn't be surprised.
Burton Accrington would just that on paper just sounds fucking shit.
That smells like tin pot.
Yeah.
Like Burton Accrington, if it was a meal deal, would literally be a ham sandwich, and water. Like,
well, you know what Pompey Plymouth would be? Fish and chips, without a shadow of a doubt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, but no, honestly, to be honest, I know I didn't see it online and stuff back on round 4, but I bet I wouldn't be surprised if Wickham fans went into Exeter after full time celebrating it with Exeter fans that we lost 5-1. I wouldn't be surprised one bit.
Yeah. And
even if Wickham did lose 3-1 to Exeter that night.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me.
And then speaking on about the Ipswich game, I think it was last year when me and my dad went up to the Ipswich game last year. We was in right next to the away end. We was right next to the away end watching the 2-1 win that we got. And then there was because some of our home fans were taking the piss out of the Ipswich fans. They were just going like that to them, bloody crying and all that. and then because I was right next to my dad, they were calling my dad and saying, "You fucking bold, I'll meet you outside, you bloody twat."
Oh no.
Yeah. And it was absolutely crazy. I still remember that day. I still remember that.
No, I remember we were away at Millwall in the cup, and one of our fans got a Millwall fan's number, and they were just talking to each other on the phone, arranging to meet up outside.
Yeah.
I don't know how they done that. That was brilliant, though. You can ask any team from the south upwards. They won't like Plymouth, honestly. I don't know why. There's just a hatred.
Because we're just so far down. It's like,
that's it, you know.
To be fair, if I was like, say if I was based in London, and say if I was like, I don't know, a London club fan, and I saw on Saturday, it's Plymouth away, I'd be like, bastards. Like, fuck. I'll be like, what's the point? Just get relegated, innit? That's what I'd be like.
Imagine if Norwich was in League One right now, then that's kind of what we'd feel like right now. Either Norwich or Sunderland.
It's like when Carlisle used to be the same league, and I see Carlisle away on like a Tuesday night. I'd then look at myself, I'd just start shaking. I'd be there like, I can't do it.
I've done that on a Tuesday night, and we lost 2-1.
Oh mate, that's grim.
We drifted a little off.
Fleetwood won, Charlton won. I thought Charlton had a very disappointing away performance yet again. I did think though, when Fleetwood took the lead and in the start of the second half, they did show some signs of promises, but overall another disappointing away performance from the Addicts. And Fleetwood had the more shots, possession, all game. Charlton may have had more shots on target than Fleetwood with their 3 to Fleetwood's 2, and they did try and dominate the play in the second half. But if you look at that result on paper, overall it's a very disappointing result for Ben Garner's side. And again, I'm shell shocked I got this prediction right.
Let's not take away the fact that Fleetwood have been brilliant recently.
They have 100%.
Superb compared to what they have been.
And they were favourites, one of the favourites to go down this season, 100%. And so far, they're 11th in the league, top half. If you were a Fleetwood fan, you'd be absolutely buzzed with that when you just survived on relegation on goal difference against Gillingham. And if you as a Fleetwood fan, you'd be delighted with this season and Scott Brown so far.
Yeah,
it's also the fact they stayed up last season means we get a weekend away in Blackpool. So
exactly.
That's the best part about it.
Yeah,
but like me and Liam had total stinkers on this one because we honestly, I thought Charlton would get a win in this result because of the way that they've been playing decent. Obviously, they battered us, but I'm surprised that they didn't come out with a decentish result. But Fleetwood, it's probably their season, but I think they'll be the surprise club this season, where they'll finish higher than you expect them to be.
Yeah.
That's what I honestly say.
That's why I have with Bristol Rovers. They were my surprise club. I know I've got that wrong already. So,
not Charlie Barton. Oh, his interview after we beat them that let the Cowleys play 4-4-2. It won't get them where they want to be. All right, then.
Yeah.
Look at us. Do you know what I mean? 4-4-2. What was it? He said 4-4-2 doesn't get you where you need to be. No, of course it doesn't, mate. Where are you?
Yeah.
On the verge of being sacked.
Yeah.
Exactly. I can't wait for that day.
Yeah, I'll be celebrating with joy.
Go back to Marseille.
Go back to speak. Yeah, he was in the bloody fucking Marseille crowd as well. Can't believe that. Couldn't believe it when I saw it.
Oh. We play them next month, Bristol Rovers.
I thought you said Marseille then. I was like, what?
Could you imagine?
Bloody hell. We got a friendly trip to...
Well, I've seen Argyle have a friendly against Real Madrid before, so I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if we got in contact with Marseille for one.
No wonder bloody Pieface went to Paris. Jesus.
But no,
anyway,
no, yeah. Fleetwood, cracking start to the season for them. Charlton, they're on and off, 2 wins, 2 defeats, 5 draws. They're picking way too many draws at the moment. And actually, you know what's even more interesting, actually, is that both Charlton and Fleetwood actually have the most draws out of anyone at the moment. Fleetwood has 6 draws, Charlton has 5. And I think the 5 draws from Charlton pretty much sums up their start of the season, really. And I'd also say that, again, they're two... Obviously, they're only 2 wins of the season so far, but their standout performance was by far against us, and to a certain extent, their win against Derby as well.
Yeah,
but no, it'd definitely be the performance against us that sums up that stars Charlton's season so far. But yeah, no, disappointed. Yeah. They wasted so many chances that second half as well. No, was not good for them. Not good for them at all. But no, moving on to a West Midlands clash. It was Port Vale 2, Shrewsbury 1. And I will be honest, again, with what I've been saying with Charlton, I thought Shrewsbury I thought they had a game to forget, not going to lie. I thought Port Vale had a fantastic performance. And what a way as well to bounce back. What a way as well to bounce back from a winless run in 3, a defeat and 2 draws. So no, I thought it was a brilliant performance by Vale.
But like Liam said in his prediction, they're both capped.
Which they are.
It shocked me with Shrewsbury because after seeing their performance against Exeter, which I know could have gone either way, but I really thought first of all they looked so much stronger this season, and second of all I thought they'd take away that Exeter performance going into this game. I thought Shrewsbury really had one to forget on Saturday. Port Vale dominated the match, 63% possession to Shrewsbury's 37, 12 attempts to Shrewsbury 7, and Port Vale had 3 shots on target to Shrewsbury 1. No, I really thought Shrewsbury had a game to forget from watching that. Yeah,
because I feel like I feel like they've been the most improved side from last year, but with this result, I just don't think it will look very nice on them. As I feel that they've had a decent enough start of the season, but then losing to Port Vale was just basically like a bullet through the heart, really.
Oh no, definitely, and that's who of course Shrewsbury have Burton next as well, and I know Shrewsbury at home, but I will be honest, I don't think that'll be easy for Shrewsbury at all, given Burton's Exeter performance.
I feel like the Burton's game from Portsmouth could be the changing point for them this season. I did say that they would be favourites for the drop, but seeing the result against Exeter, it could be different. But we'll have to see until halfway through the season who's they've really changed it.
I doubt it.
We'll see, Leon.
You're already what's the word? writing them off. That's the right word.
Yeah.
Then again, everyone wrote us off before the start of the season, except for Tom from 4-0 written all over it. So I was a bit annoyed with that. I know it's biased, but I had us to finish second in my predictions because we kept most of our players from last season. The only blow was Kamara. If we did sell Cooper or Hardy as well, then I would have predicted us so much lower. But I was confident going into this season. Not gonna lie, I only had us behind Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
But I had Pompey 6th, Callum, so I had you guys in the playoffs no matter what.
I'll take that. As long as we don't get to play you in the playoffs, like I said, I'm happy.
Yeah.
We can't have another repeat.
No, fair play. No, I had my top 6 were Sheffield Wednesday, Plymouth, Ipswich, Peterborough, Bolton, and Portsmouth. And I'm a bit astonished about this, but 5 of those teams are in the top 6 right now. So I'm a bit shell-shocked. The one that's out of it is Peterborough.
Peterborough, yeah.
Has your order changed this far, like into the season? Is it changed?
I'll update it when we get to round 23, the halfway point of the season.
Which I definitely respect. Definitely.
So no, I think that's when I'll
because it's hard to predict the season now after 8 games in.
Yeah,
it's hard because it could bounce.
If you're looking at performances, would it have changed your mind if you're halfway through by now?
Sorry, say that again, Callum.
If you base it on performances of the teams that you've put in there, would you change it around if it was the halfway point now?
Oh, God.
That's what I mean. If you're looking at the performances, it's on paper, it's completely different.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously I'm a Pompey fan, but with our unbeaten in the league, and then you've got Ipswich doing the same. You know, does it change the balance of it up the top? Do you reckon? Or, but like I said earlier, I think Ipswich are going to fall off at the halfway point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just depends if they can keep the bottle going. All I could say is if they can keep on performing the way how they have been, then maybe they could be up there. But it just depends if they can hold on and not get any pressure halfway through. Because pressure is the pressure is the main thing about holding up in the season. It's like that last season. I think the pressure got to us last season. Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I genuinely thought you were going to make the playoffs last season. It was long gone for us with 3 games to go. And it was like, 4 or 5 games ago, I think we dropped off. And then I was like, Plymouth's going to do it. And it's going to really grind my gears that Plymouth get up there. You know, but as it would for a Pompey fan. But it was gutting that Sunderland went up. Oh, my God.
And we drew 0-0 at home with Sunderland as well.
We beat them 4-0 at home, and I'll take that.
You did.
I'm not blaming the weather. It was a torrential downpour, but
I think that's what I found as Portsmouth season last season. The word I'd used for Pompey season last season was inconsistent. You had like the 4-0 win against Sunderland, and then you had the 4-0 defeat to Ipswich on the other side or something.
That 4-0 defeat at home was when I was questioning the Cowleys. You know, and then now I've got a completely different outlook on Portsmouth this season, and it's only the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
I sense something special is going to happen, but
So we've got 4 games to go. Next one was an absolute goal fest. Bristol Rovers 3, Lincoln 6. And I think that's so far. If I get my statistics right here, I think that's so far the highest scoring game of the whole season so far.
Yeah.
Well, there was 4-4 between Accrington Stanley and Burton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't beat that.
No, it does actually, because there were 9 goals in this one, and the 4-4 was 8, of course. Going back to Bristol Rovers Lincoln, so yeah, it ended 6-3 to Lincoln City. They're back up. They're back up in the top half now. Lincoln are now 8th after that victory. And a few rounds ago, they were just hovering above the relegation zone.
From watching the highlights of Lincoln, I haven't seen them put a bad performance in this season.
Yeah, no, you know what?
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
They've
I
been
can agree
very
with that.
They haven't they just haven't been clinical. That's really what sums up for Mark Kennedy's side.
And I think Bristol's problem is they've got the John Marquis curse. So they signed Marquis.
You know what? I was saying the same thing to every Pompey fan on Saturday. I was like, it was a good thing you didn't have after full time. I was like, well, it was a good thing you didn't have Marquis up front. Otherwise, this would be a Plymouth win guaranteed.
100%, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, no, I spoke to a lot of Pompey fans last season regarding John Marquis, and they were just like, oh, Marquis, oh my god, he can actually do one. He can't score at all.
He signed for us twice in his life, and both times he's been a shambles. That's why they're doing.
Wait, is he playing for them now? Is Jordan Garrick at Lincoln? I've just seen that. I think Jordan. It says that Jordan Garrick's at Lincoln.
Yeah, he is. He's on loan from Swansea. He was at us last season, Jordan Garrick. He's another loanee that's not with us anymore.
Unless you're looking at something
Yeah,
completely different.
It is the Jordan Garrick that was at us with us.
It was because it's the same guy. Because Jordan Garrick is Jamaican, and yeah, it's the same one. Yeah, he was on a loan at us last season. 42 appearances, 4 goals.
Yeah,
and yeah, now he's at the Imps.
Yeah, he's moving about really. He's moving about.
The
In a
Imps.
way,
The Imps. What a stupid nickname.
In a way, it's actually a shame because if you look at the season statistics from last season, Jordan Garrick actually appears up there for us in top assists. He had 7 assists all season, which I know you could say isn't huge, but
yeah,
in that list he is joint 9th with a lot of the players that feature on that statistic. So you could look at that and think it's a shame he's not with us this season.
Yeah, because it's an attacker that we had as more of a backup really. If one of our players was either injured or just come on as a sub really. He pulled off that goal against Oxford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he did definitely, but no, overall, and I think this is also and this is where it reminds me of your prediction for this match, Liam, because you went with a Lincoln win, didn't you?
Yeah.
And basically, I think it's the momentum they've had ever since they beat Derby at their grounds, Sincil Bank.
Derby.
And you know what? I couldn't believe well, I funny enough, I had that as the surprise game of the round before this round, Lincoln against Derby. I had that as a I think it was a 2-1 win, and it ended 2-0 to the Imps. And but no, like you were saying, Callum, I think these 2 games now for Lincoln, first against Derby and now against Bristol Rovers, they're starting to show their character into this season.
Yeah. They're not a bad side at all. No,
Mm-hmm.
The consistency's there for them to do well this season, to finish top half. But
as long as they don't beat us
early on, it's early doors.
As long as they don't beat us at home park, I'll be happy. Thanks.
You know, oh yeah, we had that last season. That's one of the reasons
won't, and I'm not going to jinx
playoffs. And it's actually, and Lincoln, if the game wasn't postponed, Lincoln would have had MK Dons at home this weekend, and I think that would have been a brilliant time to play them, Lincoln, to be honest.
Yep.
That's a bit annoying because I would have loved an MK Dons loss on that.
I would have wanted Lincoln to win regardless. I think I know I've never been to Sincil Bank, but from what I've seen throughout social media and YouTube and etc., and from what I've heard from fans, they've got quite a loud fan base. I swear, Lincoln have.
Yeah.
To be honest, I did, when I watched the highlights back, it did sound like it was a good atmosphere at that game.
And
they've recently got a drum, so it's even louder.
And YouTubers were rating Lincoln as quite high for atmosphere as well in our league.
Yeah.
But no, as for Bristol Rovers, I don't know what's happening with them. They were hit and miss, and now they're in the relegation zone. That's
good.
Last five games, they have They have not won at all, and
What's
they're now
Bristol
level on
Rovers
points
ever
with
done to
Forest
you,
Green.
mate?
Now level on points with Forest Green and Cheltenham in 20th and 22nd. Yeah, I think they're gonna. I think now Barton's realised that they're gonna start to feel the pressure. They got a huge game against Accrington Stanley this weekend.
Who are they?
Who are they?
And you know what? That could be that's a tough game for both of them.
Yeah, for sure.
That one. So they haven't. Yeah, they've been disappointing lately. The Gas, and that's why they're in the they're in the relegation zone. You know what? I will be honest. When I it was back in June. I was in Bournemouth for a night out, and I met a Bristol Rovers fan that night. And I will be honest, and I should have known this all along. Really, I didn't realise they were called the Gas as well as the Pirates. I always thought the Pirates was their nickname, and then I've seen everywhere that they're called the Gas. I was like, hey.
I always knew they smelt bad.
I'll tell you what,
I had to say it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
their away following was brilliant, unbelievable. When they come to Fratton Park, on par with Argyle, on par.
I do agree with that. Yeah.
Aren't they? I swear they're like one of those sides where their away fans are better than their home fans.
100%.
Yeah, that's it.
It's the same as Argyle and same as Pompey. Our away fan base is so much better than our home fan base, and I'd happily admit
That's
that.
debatable.
Even though, I mean,
I
I agree with Callum that our away is better than home, but I would say our homes are fantastic regardless.
Oh yeah.
I think as a Pompey fan, our home atmosphere's dropped off. I don't know if you could tell that from Saturday, but
Well,
You
not
know
really.
what? I
'cause
was
you
a bit
celebrated
surprised
like
about
one
that
week.
because when we when I arrived, when I arrived and before the game, it was just us lot singing our lungs off, and Pompey hadn't even started. I was there like I thought this is one of the best atmospheres I've ever been to, so I was a bit
we're all
shocked.
still in the pub.
Yeah, and then
They was getting fired up for the
but
game.
then before the game, I was like the minute the Pompey fans chant their famous three words, we knew what we had to reply back with, and we replied back with Pompey, fuck off, Pompey, pretty loudly as well. So.
Mhm.
So when I was watching the highlights on YouTube later on, I could hear both sides so clearly as well.
The thing is, the Fratton end, they're constantly going, but you can't hear it from the other end of the ground.
Yeah.
You know, unless you've got the north and the south stand singing as well, you're not going to hear it. But
yeah.
you know, I still vouch by our away following. I mean, at Cardiff, there was 3,000 of them, 1,400 of us, and just outside of the whole game. You couldn't hear a word.
I mean, to be honest, your fans, the way they celebrated against Burton, Jesus Christ. In that
but you're passionate. That's why.
I mean, yeah, I can agree with that. But at the same time, I was there with Liam. I was like, surely not. They've just celebrated like they've won the league against Burton, have they? When Burton nearly got back in the game.
Isn't that?
It is passionate at the end of the day, and that is really good.
That's the only way to celebrate a goal, is it not?
It is. It is.
It could be worse. You could have VAR in the league. You start celebrating, and then you're like, "Oh shit, we have to wait for the decisions."
It could be worse. We could throw a flare.
R.I.P.
Fratton Park would throw the flares at the VAR staff themselves if that happened. I think we would as well.
I don't think they would get out the stadium alive.
Someone from Pompey would steal that screen and take it home. I'm telling you.
They would. They 100% would.
Thank you for the free VAR TV, mate.
Oh,
Let's go to the VAR screen. Oh wait, it's not there anymore. Oh.
The minute Pompey get promoted back to the Premier League, they'll just realise and think, oh God, we've got VAR for the first time ever.
Oh God, I really wish we was back in the Championship again. We're gonna have to deal with this shit.
And then VAR would be like, right, let's abolish VAR because we're not going to have it. I could only say no because we've been there. I've experienced it.
Yeah.
You know, there's highs and lows. There's
highs and lows. Because you had the Jermaine Defoe's, Peter Crouches, you had the Kevin Prince Boatangs.
We had an unbelievable squad.
You had an unbelievable team. But then it was just administration. Like at that time, you got deducted points. It was just.
I honestly say to this day, if we didn't go through that, we'd probably still be around the top of the Championship this guy now.
100%.
You know, even in mid-table Prem, I still think we'd be there. But you know, things happen for a reason, and we've rebuilt up from the ground, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah,
I just think that,
there's a sign of positive things to come.
yeah, and I
Simple as
hope
that.
that.
And it's like this with us as well.
That was the Pompey side I grew up with. David James, Herman Hariason, Ben Jarney, Sully Montari.
Ben Jarney. Oh,
what
my
a player
God.
he was. He's phenomenal back in the day.
I used to just love his celebration.
Pedro Mendes, another one before he got injured by Man City's Ben Thatcher. Accrington Stanley 1, Cheltenham 0. And you got this right, Harv.
Who are they? Yeah. Yeah, I got this right. Because I knew that Accrington Stanley would have this type of game against Cheltenham. Cheltenham are the type of team that they would win one game and then they would just go on that bad run.
It's a shame for Cheltenham.
I was right.
It's a shame for Cheltenham because I thought they were excellent against Cambridge, and then away to Accrington Stanley, they've been brought back down to earth. 15 shots to Cheltenham's 12. That's obviously Stanley with the 15 shots, and then 3 shots on target for Stanley compared to Cheltenham's 1. And I think what Wade Elliott was trying to do at the end was when the Robins put Alfie May on, unfortunately, I think what Wade Elliott was trying to do was do exactly what he did against Cambridge, which he came on and then he got the winner, but that didn't work out for them this time, and that leaves Cheltenham 20th, just hovering above the relegation zone, while Accrington Stanley are 17th, 2 points ahead.
Yeah, and I always knew that Accrington Stanley would eventually, because look at where they were last year.
Yeah,
that's a prime example. You would think that some fans who predicted it this year would probably predict them a little bit higher, or maybe just a little bit lower from last year. But
we went away to Accrington and we got absolutely demolished by them.
Yeah,
so,
we batted them 4-1, didn't we?
We did a double over Accrington Stanley last season. That was one of our best highlights. Same with Cheltenham. We did a double over Cheltenham as well. No, it was Cheltenham who got the home win against Sunderland, and that gave us a boost into the playoff places.
Yeah.
But and that's the other thing I find so interesting. Sunderland got thrashed 6-0 by Bolton last season, and then they lose their manager originally, and they still get promoted.
Yeah.
And now Alex Neil's just done a Ryan Lowe and snaked off to Stoke.
Yeah. But Sunderland still managing to get some decent results though.
Yeah. You would have loved that anyway, Callum, with Alex Neil snaking like that, because I know Pompey and Sunderland don't like each other that much.
Breath of fresh air.
It's a breath of fresh air, yeah. And the best thing is he's fucking going to Stoke as well. Oh, please.
We haven't played Stoke since 2008 when they went up, and then obviously we went down in 2010.
Question is, can Ryan Hardy do it in a rainy night in Stoke?
No, he can't do it any game at the moment.
Yeah, or Niall Ennis or anybody else. But yeah.
Going back to Cheltenham, despite that defeat to Accrington Stanley, I think they must feel relieved that their game this weekend has been postponed, because that would have been away at Pride Park.
Good.
Accrington Stanley, of course, have Bristol Rovers away next weekend, and this weekend, coming. And I really think that could be, apart from, out of what people would see as the lowest teams battling each other in fixtures, I would say that's the one to watch.
Yeah.
2-0 Accrington.
Tell you what, that would really pee the Bristol Rovers fans off, and
but
more pressure on Joey Barton.
It would make us happy though, and it would make
it would, definitely.
Anyway,
a shadow of a doubt. Next, we had Cambridge 0, Barnsley 3. Barnsley, a brilliant performance from them despite the red card. Even better for Barnsley. They're now in the playoffs. They're up to 6th, and surprisingly enough, and I never thought I had this in the books, they're ahead of Derby in the table. Well, they are level on points.
But
Cambridge have really fallen off this season.
Cambridge,
compared to last season, they're in the mud, aren't they?
Yeah, I can kind of say that. Yeah.
Which
It was
is
the
a
last
shame,
one.
considering Cambridge did have a cracking start to this season, but they've dropped off the pace slightly ever since that defeat to Cheltenham.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, no, I do think, regardless though, he has done the manager Mark Bonner. I think he has done it. I think he has done a class job for that club, regardless.
Let's
to keep
go,
them
that's
in
class.
one at the end of the day
That's class.
as well. But as for Barnsley, one of their I will think their red card will daunt them, because Liam Kitchen is one of their main players, and he got sent off in the 68th minute.
Kitchen sink.
As Harvey would like to call.
I'm calling him that from now on. That's his
Do you think the manager goes, I'm going to throw everything and the kitchen sink, and points at him?
Yeah.
Michael
Literally.
Duff.
Oh, that'd be quality.
And they face Charlton this weekend at Oakwell, so I don't know how that's going to end up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Cambridge
So
brought back down to earth slightly, 9th place in the table, but they will have the satisfaction that, first of all, they're ahead of their arch rivals Peterborough in the table, and second of all, if you look at that, I know it's 9 games in, still, regardless, a decent start for them. Barnsley starting to pick up the pieces slightly, just like Derby, I'd say, in that 6th and 7th spots, and will be interesting to see how they get on with that. After that cracking performance from them against Charlton this weekend, which won't be easy for either side, despite Charlton's poor form. And we finally get to the last game. It was Forest Green 1, Morecambe 2, and just like Burton, Morecambe's first win of the season.
Yeah,
and they were 1-0 down. It was a stoppage time header from Ferenc Rawson that's and it's his header that floored his former club, Forest Green.
It goes to show that the teams that want to fight for it, they will, and then they'll get the result they need. So it's not all doom and gloom when you're that low down and you can come back in that sense.
But it just shows that that the team that have won have got the better fight and desire in that game, and that they want to stay up this season.
Yeah,
Let's hope Spain go down.
Yeah,
they're one of the favourites to go down as well, Morecambe.
But like I just realised as well, Connor Wickham's bloody. I cannot believe Connor Wickham is fucking playing for Forest Green. Could you? I can't imagine that.
That's falling off the pace just quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah. How low a tin pot can you go? Freaking hell.
Did he join them this season?
Did he join them this season? Yes.
Yeah.
Who did he join them from?
MK Dons.
Oh, wow.
So it's gone from tin pot to tin pot. Nice.
No singing to no singing. So there you go.
And the thing is, Connor Wickham joined MK Dons in January as well. He was at Preston North End before that.
Oh, that's the cherry on top of the cake. Preston North End.
The team that can draw 0-0 every single game. I love it.
If we go up to the Championship next season and they stay in it, we absolutely demolish them after what bugger Ryan Lowe did to us last season. Top of the league and then snakes off for the money. Absolute
that was
bastard.
Really shocking.
Not to swear or anything, but that's how I feel.
You shook the amount of anger you put into that. It shook your bloody camera.
Yeah. Morecambe. Yeah, they'll feel relieved from that win. They had 16 shots to Forest Green's 9, 8 shots on target to Forest Green's 4. The only thing that Forest Green had over them was possession. But even before that game, I saw that as a possible. What did I go for? Prediction for Forest Green Morecambe half.
I think you might have put 1-1 for this actually, or did you put? I don't know.
You put a Morecambe win. You put the correct score.
Oh, did you? No, you put 2. You put 2-0 Morecambe.
I did put 2-0 Morecambe. Yeah, because I thought they would get their first win somewhere. I thought away to Forest Green could be that, with an atmosphere Forest Green have. I think that could be their opportunity. And they've shown it. They are still second bottom, Morecambe,
Yeah.
so they still have a lot of work to do. But regardless, given like Burton, given the season they've had, this weekend will easily be the highlights for Morecambe and Burton this season so far. And Morecambe's next game is actually at home against Cambridge, and you never know, that could be another surprise for Morecambe.
Might be a
Yeah.
turning
No, I bloody hope not, because I got Cambridge in my bet this weekend, so no.
And Forest Green hosts Exeter on Saturday. 12:30 kickoff as well.
Come on, you Greens.
The only thing, and as much as they're our biggest rivals, the only thing I will give Exeter is that I know they will outsing Forest Green, because it is the quietest atmosphere I've ever heard in my life.
Of course, because it's one of the. It's got the lowest capacity stadium in the league.
Is everything still vegan in Forest Green?
Yeah,
Yes, mate.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I didn't go to Forest Green away. I was going to, but I couldn't because I had my Isle of Wight documentary for my masters, so I couldn't go. But one of my mates from back home in Cornwall, who's also an Argyle fan, good on him, obviously. In fact, I'm gonna give TSG22 a shout out now. Absolute legend. He's a good friend of mine. But yeah, he went to Forest Green.
I was gonna go to Forest Green as well, but I didn't. But I went to Derby though.
Oh no, I'm gutted I didn't go Derby away. I really wanted to. It was just so much money for me at the time, so I just watched the game afterwards on Argyle TV, and from what I saw from your clips, Liam, it looked absolutely buzzing. But that same day we play Wickham away. Obviously, you've got Ipswich away at Portman Road in another massive game of this season.
Can't wait.
You know what? You got a point at Ipswich last season as well.
Yeah, I mean, I hope I'm making the trip up there, so hopefully we get the win, and I can rub it in Alex's face. So,
oh
yes.
yeah. There we go. That is the 12 fixtures from this weekend last weekend just gone. May as well read the table before we end the call. Do this every weekend in my own spare time, because that's how much of a listing rampage I am. But there we are.
Do you think I could probably get the table on here quick?
No.
What do you mean? I'll share screen it quick.
Do you think? Yeah, no. You know what? You get it. We'll let you get it up actually, Harv.
Yeah. I could definitely quickly get it up.
Yeah, we'll let you share screen, and then we'll just go from there.
I need to. There we go. Make it bigger.
This is where it takes them a decade to get it up.
What are you talking about? Stop. I'll edit this bit out. Don't worry. But all right, here we go.
oh, look how glorious that is!
That's amazing, right? Oh wow. So we'll go from the top half then to the bottom half.
Oh, I thought it'd be better to do bottom to top.
Oh, okay then. Yeah.
But I don't mind.
Yeah.
Oh, it actually says on wait, what? Thought mob. I need to use that now. Now that it's come up with the graphic with who they've got next straight away, that actually makes my life so much easier.
I've got. You can get it on your phone, by the way. You can get it on.
Yeah,
your phone.
no, but that's it. Sorry, Google, you're fired from my operations now for this channel.
Yeah. All right, we'll go bottom half. Well, all right, let's go to the bottom half. There we go.
It's Tim Pot, and Tim Pot in the bottom.
There you go. Yeah. So no. Bottom of the league, you got Burton. 23rd, you got Morecambe. 22nd, Forest Green. 21st, you got Bristol Rovers. All four of these clubs in the western half of England. So yeah,
Goes to show, doesn't it?
Burton Albion still having the worst.
Hey, look at that! Look at that! Scum are 3 points beyond the relegation.
Ahead of the relegation zone. Yeah.
Going back down to earth.
Fantastico. As I was saying.
Cheltenham 20th, also on 8 points. So they're also and also the same amount of wins, draws, and defeats as Bristol Rovers and Forest Green. So all tight between those three clubs. Oxford 19th, they'll be really disappointed with that, being down in 19th spots. MK Dons 18th, Stanley 17th, Wickham 16th, Exeter, who were 9th, are now 15th, so they definitely dropped off a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Charlton.
They're coming back to reality.
as Liam would say. Yeah, Charlton 14th. Again, they'll see this as no improvements at all from last season. And Port Vale 13th. Wickham will also be really disappointed down there in 16th spot.
Move up.
Yep.
And then the top half, you got Shrewsbury 12th. Look at Fleetwood up in 11th. Like, I don't think anyone expected that. What a start for the Cods. And then you got Peterborough 10th. They're so inconsistent right now. They'll be really annoyed. With Cambridge, their arch rivals ahead of them in 9th. Satisfaction for them. Lincoln 8th, Derby 7th. And then you got the playoffs, which Barnsley are now in that top 6 with Bolton, Sheffield Wednesday 4th, the best club in the world, Plymouth Argyle in 3rd. But it is Ipswich and Pompey who lead the way. And top 2, 21 points with 6 wins, 3 draws and 0 defeats. So even though we're on 6 wins, 1 draw, even though we're on 6 wins, 1 draw and 2 defeats, again, still us Argyle fans, we should be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, this is it, and they said this is our best start to the season since I think it's the 1950s, I think. 1950s.
Oh, look. Argyle better than Ipswich, Pompey better than Ipswich. Funny that.
Yeah. Would be different if they were playing Bolton. But to be honest, Callum, I would have had that as a Pompey win.
Look, and the cursor, my cursor right now, I'm only pointing at Peterborough. Win, loss. That's so satisfying seeing that.
No, it's not, because I've got Peterborough to win the league in a bet. No.
Oh,
well, that's a huge mistake then, and it sounds like a you problem. Let's stop the share. There we go.
But yeah, that's our League One match week review there, guys. Not just that, but also our other perspective and Callum's perspective of the Portsmouth Plymouth match that everyone, well, not everyone, some people would like to call it the Dockyard Derby. I just call it the Dockyard Rivalry. That's it. But there you are. That is our match week review, and we move on to this weekend, and I hope we batter Ipswich. So there we go.
Yeah.
Cheerio.
Yeah. Bye bye.
I'm open for a draw.
Yeah. And I'll also add on as well before we end. Just to say, good support on the channel, and simple as that. Like and subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss on any new videos on the Argyle Way.
Yeah,
always amazing support. And as well, we're happy to have anyone else on reviews, predictions, or anything else. And like everyone said already,
as long as we don't get roasted by Exeter fans every weekend, I'm good.
Also, follow the Pompey cast on Twitter. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll put that in the link in the description.
We will. But yeah, no, cheers for that, guys. And we will see you in our next video. Up the Janners.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
When they pull on the green, they're all Janners. Janners!